Hi, everyone, and welcome to Developing Tank. Today, we're going to take a quick look around and get familiar with the site. Now, here on the landing page, I'm going to sign up. Here, you enter your name, your email address, password, confirm password, and agree to the terms of service. I'm just going to quickly type in all my information and create an account. Now, you get a welcome page. And here you can go straight to looking at the example project if you click look at the example project, or straight to creating your first project. We're going to look at the example project. Now, anytime you can click this button, remove tutorial, and it goes away. And here on your user landing page, you'll notice you have team members. You can invite other people to collaborate with you, see the files you've uploaded, the scenes they can also upload. You can also view and export from the database together. Sequences, how many sequences have been uploaded, the number of scenes that have either automatically been detected or you've notified us about, the number of dailies processed. Down here, you can prepare your dailies. You can process your sequences. So that would be adding your sequences to the database or removing the retimed effects. Track your visual effects. You can upload a CSV of your scenes, and that way, when you export a continuity, we'll know exactly the log line, interior, exterior, day, night, number of pages, whatever you kind of need to have in that continuity. Um, if you don't import it here, we can still export the continuity and still detect the scenes. We just won't know any of that other information. But you can add it later manually. Sequences, just see all the sequences that have been uploaded. We have a simple production schedule. You can manage your projects, create new ones, invite people, edit projects, and reach out for support. Today, we're going to take a look at sequences and our example sequence. We have three of them here, a couple episodes. So if you want, you can add episodes when you upload sequences. It's the only place we capture that, really. And visual effects. You can see we'll automatically detect scenes. If this isn't populated here, you need to click detect scenes, and it'll automatically detect scenes. You can compare sequences, review the scene assignments if you need a little more granular view and manually go in there and uh, change things. You can add a scene range right here, generate a continuity report, cue sheets. We'll do music cue sheets, visual effects rundown, graphics rundown, stock footage rundown, um, all based on the metadata you provide when you're uploading the clips. And then show marker notes, and they'll come in right down here. And now up here, we'll go and review visual effects. And so here we have our shot names, our scenes, the status, vendor, description. If you have a due date, a version, and then you can click on the eye and update the scene, the status, the due date, the version. If you pull any shots, it'll be populated here and create new version history. So take notes right here. You can compare changes between sequences to track if any shots have been dropped, omitted, lengths have been changed, make slugs, um, make visual effects pulls, and that'll make, oh, And so this will make an Avid bin, an EDL, a CSV of all the details, as well as the PDF of all the details that you have, all the metadata for the clips. Avid bin, the Avid bin and EDL, you can determine how many frames between clips there are for the string out, how many, if you're going to include uh, any frames at the head or tail for handles. You can generate a drop in EDL if you have a new sequence. You can also import vendor bids or manually enter them right here. You can also manually enter a shot. Whenever you upload a sequence, we'll detect based on the naming, visual effects naming pattern you give us, any clip name, marker name, uh, uh, clip text name, any of that, or anything in the description or comments of that follows this naming pack convention, and we'll automatically add that clip in the sequence from the clip from the sequence to the tracker right here. You can always go in and change that, but also if that were to be the marker were to be dropped, we should also be able to catch that. You can also go to the view the database, see the scenes. So here's where you have the log line, the description, location, pages. You have a code book. Um, you can always go in here and modify that either by modifying the multiple at a time or individually. So here you can see I can assign it a different scene or take, camera, and the media kind right here. This is how, when you fill this out with a visual effect or stock, we'll be able to do a visual effect or stock footage rundown, as well as if it were to be music, well, you can do a music cue sheet from this as well. And you can also select those when you upload clips, so you don't need to come here. You can just upload a whole bin or a whole ALE of your music or your stock or your visual effects. Although the visual effects should be caught in the sequence uploads if following the naming convention. And those will automatically be tagged as this media kind, and you'll be set. Everything else is automatically determined to be dailies or sound if it doesn't have a picture track. And here you can view all the metadata, the start, the length, time code. Will detect based on the naming convention and or based off of the metadata if it's a circle take and what scene it is. I'm not sure why this is scene 45. Um, so yeah, and then you can also do reports. We won't do a report all the stuff right now because of this is the tutorial project. But you have the overview, Google Sheets. You can sync a Google Sheets account. Select what table you want to show. You need to put your URL from your Google Sheet. Um, just whenever you go to the page, copy and paste that top URL. If it's a private account, you do need to invite this email to join. If it's a private sheet, you need to invite um, this to join you. Otherwise, it won't be able to read or write. So it needs to be public read or write, or you need to give this an editor access. You tell the tab of the sheet you're doing, and bidirectional would be it writes to and reads from it and updates. or only from developing tank to Google Sheets, or only from Google Sheets to update the developing tank database. You can also compare sequences and scene lengths down here. Alrighty, and then we also have a tasks thing, kind of like Trello. I missed Trello, and it was really helpful at times. So you get that right here. Um, there we go. And you can track, you can communicate, all of that right here. And if it weren't a read-only one, you could click and drag, and that's one of the things that's messing me up. Um, Now you can also track visual effects costs and kind of plain and down and dirty way of not down and dirty way of doing it, but a very simple way of doing it. Just because I've been asked to track those things in the past by producers and include those in my trackers, and so I wanted to include that here. Now this is where you can do a continuity report. You tell it scenes, which acts, and it automatically populates. You'll type in all this information for the header, so pretty straightforward. Select the sequence, and you can export as a PDF or a CSV and bring it back into an Excel or whatever spreadsheet format you like to use. And that is our tutorial of the our that is our tour of the tutorial project, and excited to show you some more.